Right now, it feels like the entire world is catching fire. We have the US and Israel launching a massive strike on Iran, Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine, the United States suddenly intervening in Venezuela to capture the president, border clashes, and rising tensions between Pakistan and India, and Pakistan and Afghanistan. And to top it all off, the US is fracturing its oldest alliances, entering a bitter political and economic conflict with the European Union. Because of all this, I am getting to major questions over and over. First, will the US or anyone else use nuclear bombs? And second, is this the start of World War III? Let me give you the factual, logical breakdown of what is actually happening. First, regarding nuclear weapons. While the global threat level is the highest it has been in decades, the actual use of a nuclear bomb remains highly unlikely. Nuclear weapons are a deterrent, meaning they are designed to prevent countries from being wiped off the map. They are a last resort for survival, not a tool for winning a standard war. The countries fighting right now want to control land, oil, and governments. Using a nuclear bomb destroys the very resources they are trying to conquer, and guarantees their own destruction in return. So, a nuclear strike is not in anyone's strategic interest right now. Second, is this World War III? Not in the traditional sense. We are not seeing massive, global armies fighting onto distinct sides like we did in the 1940s. Instead, what we are experiencing is a fragmented, multi-front global conflict. The international order is breaking down, and regional powers are fighting for dominance in their own backyards. So why is this happening? All of a sudden, especially after the COVID pandemic. The pandemic was a massive catalyst that severely damaged the global economy, broke supply chains, and forced countries to look entirely inward. More importantly, it exposed the weakness of international organizations that were built to keep the peace. When the global system is weak, powerful nations see a window of opportunity. They realize they can make aggressive moves without facing immediate, unified global consequences. Look at the factors driving these specific conflicts. Russia moved on Ukraine to secure a buffer zone and resources. The US and Israel are attacking Iran to fundamentally reshape power in the Middle East. The US captured Venezuela's leadership just last month to secure direct control over massive South American oil reserves. And tensions between Pakistan, India, and Afghanistan are flaring up because every nation is trying to secure its borders. While the major superpowers are distracted, even the conflict between the US and the European Union comes down to this new survival mindset. The US is pulling back from its traditional role as a global protector, prioritizing its own economy and forcing Europe to fend for itself. So, who is actually benefiting from all this chaos? What purpose is being fulfilled? There are three main beneficiaries. First, the global military-industrial complex. Defense contractors are seeing record profits because every country on Earth is suddenly panic buying weapons, drones, and missile defense systems. Second, the energy sector. Wars in the Middle East, Eastern Europe, and South America threaten the global supply of oil and gas. This drives prices through the roof, creating massive wealth for the corporations and nations that control the remaining secure energy routes. Finally, politicians. In times of extreme global instability and fear, citizens look to their leaders for protection. Creating or maintaining a state of conflict is a very effective way for leaders to justify expanding their own power and distracting the public from domestic failures. Ultimately, we are watching the messy, violent transition from an old world order into a new one. The old rules no longer apply, and every major country is scrambling to secure a piece of the pie before the music stops.